There we go, that's better. And I hope that the desktop audio is working. It doesn't look like it though. Well, anyway, hi. It is my normal streaming time, so that means I'm here, but usually I would play something else, but I really want to get through this one because it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Well, if you can't hear the sound of my desktop. Oh, wait, here we go. That looks right. Okay. So I hope that works now. So I did a poll on Twitter because I'm bad at choosing. And we voted for the Ghost Boy. So we're going to focus on romancing Ghost Boy, which is pretty exciting. He was one of my first choices. Just because he's, you know, it's the childhood friend trope. You can't, like, go wrong with it. So now we have to make more potions. We want lots of these blue ones. So I guess Zero has a really good skill, so he'll be a good assistant. Yeah, love that. Zero, I figured it out.
How?
How to pass your Halloween exams? No. How to hug you. Oh, that's so me. I feel that. I feel that so completely. Just like horror. To hug me. Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Well,
I can't hug you, and whenever I try to, I end up messing up your essence, right?
That's right.
Right, Lumira, and very annoying too. Because I'm made of flesh and blood, while you're a spirit of ether and magic. Taken you that long to figure it out, has it? Almost 180 years. Okay. But listen to this.
Well?
I'm all ears, for better or for worse. What if I turn into a spirit of ether and magic too? Ooh, ghost time.
Good heavens.
The Halloween exams are difficult, but they're not lethal. You won't be facing any obstacles that could actually kill you, you know.
no.
I don't mean that. No, we're gonna astral project.
I see.
Then you've lost me.
Can you teach me?
I mean, teach me a spell I can cast to transform her, the best matchmaker in Dwemer, me, into a poltergeist like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually not a terrible idea, come to think of it.
All right.
It could be pretty useful for you for the exams.
Yes!
Then there is a spell that will let me transform into a spooky spirit version of myself. My choice of words makes him roll his eyes before continuing with his explanation. Almost. Insubstantiate will make your form ghost-like. You'll be able to walk through walls, turn invisible, hover in midair, just like any poltergeist.
Alright!
That sounds super cool! Teach me the spell, Zero!
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Lumira. I'm going to teach you how to cast Insubstantiate. New spell!
Insubstantiate!
I feel myself growing fainter. Ghostlier? I can't find my balance. Wow!
Careful!
Zero makes as if to lunge for me, but checks himself at the last moment.
So,
It's easy to lose your balance in ghost form because you no longer have a center of gravity. In fact, gravity doesn't even apply to you anymore. Hover, Lumira. Hover!
mm-hmm.
This takes a little getting used to, but you'll get the hang of it, as I did.
Zero!
Hovering! Look! Zero, look, I'm hovering!
Huh?
You're a surprisingly quick learner. What do you mean, surprisingly?
Well...
Wait a second. I'm a poltergeist now, aren't I?
Yes.
For the moment, Insubstantiate gives you a spirit's basic form for a fixed span
Right.
of... That means I can hug you at last!
Unfortunately.
Without waiting for Zero to finish, I throw my arms around him gleefully. Ah,
You can't.
no way. What happened? It felt all cold and dizzy.
Now you know.
Now you know how I feel when you try to hug me.
Why?
Because
Poltergeists are incapable of touching each other as living beings are incapable of touching us.
that means
Zero, touch requires physical contact, and we, poltergeists, have nothing physical to offer. I see.
oh now.
Don't look so crestfallen. Here, come with me. Zero starts drifting upward. His head touches the roof and disappears right through.
Zero!
Come with me.
Drawing in a deep breath, I concentrate on floating upward.
Wow!
I'm floating!
Mm-hmm.
Steady, Lumira. Almost. It's easier to pass through barriers for the first time if you close your eyes. Passing through the roof felt weird. Like something went into and out of me that was there and not there at the same time. When I open my eyes again, the starry night spreads endlessly above, illuminated by a brilliant crescent moon.
Amazing!
Amazing is right. Actually, that's also a cute little, it's just cute. I love the little drawings.
In the past,
I loved to sit on rooftops and watch the night go by a long time ago. Now I can get onto rooftops much more easily, but floating is not sitting. And sometimes I...
Zero!
Hmm.
Do you miss...
What?
Miss what?
Well...
You know. Having a physical body? Zero tenses up and turns to me scornfully.
Huh?
Do I miss stubbing my toe? Do I miss tripping over benches and falling flat on my face? Do I miss having to climb flight after flight of stairs to get to her roof, only to find the door locked and the key hidden away? Well, do you, Zero?
Mind your own business.
It appears I'm not good at minding my own business, though. Let's see here. I think that today one of the things I'll do is earn more money. But before that, let's maybe... Oh, well, I might as well learn Chill. I have the stuff for it. I need a red potion to be able to get Fireball, so... But I don't have to make a red potion quite yet. Oh. Sometimes the sound goes out. I don't know why. But, you know. We'll start with the learning Chill.
Zero.
I'm melting.
Yes.
You certainly look like you are. I'm not really great at voices. I'm so sorry. I'm probably really... I'm sorry. You just have to suffer through this.
Help me.
Save me, Zero. Save me before I dissolve into an icky puddle of sweat. Ugh, I feel like that. Oh my gosh, do I feel like that. I reach toward him dramatically as sweat perspires aggressively on my forehead. My theatrics are of no avail as Zero fixates on something else.
Mm-hmm.
The dragons are preparing for their Halloween activities. He peers out the window into the unseasonably balmy evening.
I wish.
I wish this house had air conditioning. As do I. Then you might stop whining about the heat and focus more on passing your exams.
Right.
I got it. I clasp my hands together and give a pleading pout. Ugh.
Zero.
Zero, do your magical air conditioning trick. Please, please, pretty please with a pumpkin on top.
For the last time.
I am not a magical air conditioner. I am a sinister and eerie poltergeist, and the magical chill that emanates from he is akin to the deathly chill of an open grave. Like a sinister eldritch air conditioning.
No.
Not air conditioning of any kind whatsoever. Melting. I really am melting.
Right.
I have an idea. Zero, teach me how to be a sinister and eerie air conditioner.
Huh?
I must do it.
The deathly chill of an open grave. I want to know how to emanate it too. Until I can afford a place with air conditioning anyway. Unamused.
Fine.
If you insist, and it will stop you from complaining.
I will.
I do, and it will.
All right.
Prepare yourself, Lumira. I'm going to teach you how to cast Chill. And now I know it.
Chill.
I spread my hands out wide. For a second or two, nothing happened. Then...
Oh. All right.
Cool, delicious absolutely refreshing and cool.
Well,
Does that mean you'll stop complaining and go back to studying?
Yeah.
Thanks to your nifty spell, I've become Lumira Nightshade, the studious and the productive once more.
thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Glad to hear. Do your best tonight.
All right.
All right. I turn back to my desk and give the potion textbook I am working on my fullest attention. No way.
You know.
You're making weird noises again.
Well,
I'm still casting this chill spell, right? You are. Partly. Partly?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you haven't been maintaining your concentration on casting the spell just now, so naturally, your chill faltered a bit. No way. A bit? I'm starting to melt again. Ah.
I guess.
With more practice, I'm confident you'll be able to work on other things while casting chill in the background, like your own personal air conditioner.
But
For now, it looks like if you divert your attention away from the spell, the chill you cast won't be effective.
like,
How much more practice?
Hmm.
Oh, give it 2 or 3 years. Maybe 4. No way. I'm doomed.
well,
Since I won't be able to study tonight anyway, I might as well just focus on casting chill and enjoy the delicious cool air.
hey!
Mad.
I knew it.
I knew this would be the case from the start. My sinister, eerie air conditioner. Zero sighs and spreads his hands. Instantly, the room becomes a degree Celsius or 2 colder.
Well,
Can you study now?
thank you.
Thanks, Zero. You're the best.
stop it!
I'm not doing it for you. It's only because there isn't any other way to get you to study, and your position is quite desperate enough as it is.
But
That's still doing it for me, though.
Go away!
Only because I don't want to be known for being friends with a witch who can't pass her Halloween exams. I'm happy you're my friend, Zero.
Stop.
Pipe down and go back to studying, Lumira. And so, we spend another tiring but productive night preparing for my upcoming exams. Oh, we get another scene. Lawrence drops the crate with a heavy thud, then wipes his hands against each other, feeling accomplished yet unaware of my presence.
I think.
I think that's all the deliveries for today. Maybe now I can finally nap. Lori! That's also the sound I would make if my name was Lawrence and someone called me Lori. Lawrence turns stiffly to face me, his ears flattened against his hair.
Again.
I told you 1,000 times, my name is...
I remember.
Oh, hi Nick, good to see you. I know. Lawrence, right? I watch as his ears perk back up again. They look so soft, so fuzzy, so... But how do you expect me to call you by your name if you don't use mine? I guess you have a point. His ears twitch a little and droop as he looks away. Is that a pout hiding behind his mask?
Right.
That's it. I can't hold myself back any longer. I'm so sorry. Cute. Lawrence makes a noise somewhere between a whimper and a whine as I grab him in a headlock and ruffle his ears to my heart's content. I discover that if you scratch behind them, his foot starts tapping. But he grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me away before I can learn much more than that.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Your ears are just so unbelievably cute. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
You have to!
Can't just go around touching people like that. At least ask first.
Oh, you mean...
So you would have said yes if I...
No!
My ears aren't a toy for you foolish people to play with. My hearing is a lot more sensitive than yours. Every tap is an echo that reverberates in my head.
Oh!
I can't even imagine what that must be like. If I teach you, will you leave them be? Teach me. Teach me.
Wow!
Oh, you're gonna show me how to have super cute puppy ears?
No.
No, Pumpkinhead. I'll teach you what big ears a spell to improve your hearing. Ooh, will it make my ears bigger? That'll be a little weird.
Well...
Oh, well, I suppose that could be useful too.
Right.
They're better to hear you with, my dear. Am I right? I wink playfully at him, and he thumps his palm against his forehead. You're so... Yeah, I am so. Anyways, pay attention. This is how you cast What Big Ears. New spell.
What big ears!
I didn't think it was possible to improve your hearing through a few easy steps. But with a few simple gestures and magic words, everything is a lot more focused. Otolaryngologist would hate us. Where's the advertisement? And otolaryngologists hate her.
That should do it.
That should have worked. Tell me what you hear. I hear the beetles crawling around in the grass, crows flapping their wings above us.
Good.
Anything else?
Well...
There are glasses clinking near the cafe down the hill from here, and...
How?
Something is growling really close by. It isn't you, is it?
No.
No, but I don't hear a thing. Lawrence watches the area around us carefully, alert and ready for action. He seems to be taking this seriously. I hear the growl again, and without a doubt, it's definitely coming from Lawrence.
Well...
Are you sure it isn't you?
Of course not.
Go back home. The lesson is over. But Lawrence...
Watch yourself.
It might be unsafe. A witch can't use many spells. That can't use many spells won't be able to defend themselves. He folds his arms and nods affirmatively at his own deductions. I know exactly what I'm talking about, he says.
I'll do it.
I'll look into the weird noise by myself. All right. Lawrence turns to leave. I hear the growling again as he dashes off into the woods. That's when I suddenly realize that was his stomach, wasn't it? Hey, Lawrence, wait, it's okay. Maybe I'll bring along a box of treats or a dog bone next time. I feel like a dog bone would be rude, but a little funny. Today I went to work. Nothing special happened, and I earned a good amount of pocket money. As I was stocking the shelves, I heard some students snickering and whispering to each other. Somehow, I got the feeling that they were up to no good, but couldn't quite make out what they were saying. After improving my hearing, I realized they were planning to drop a darkness bomb so they could rob us blind. Literally. I had them leave before they could do any harm. When I told Mr. West about the almost incident, he rewarded me for my trouble. Amazing. Very good.
Zero.
You know, Zero,
Yes.
Well.
I've been thinking, I know very little about you, don't I?
That's right.
You know very little about everything, Lumira. That is why you're in such imminent danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Dwemer High.
Speaking of which,
How far did you progress with tonight's study plans? You've been by my side the whole time. You probably know the answer to that question better than I do.
oh yeah.
Do I? In which case, I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking inane questions,
Right.
that's just it. I fold my arms across my chest in the most exasperated expression I can muster. Zero isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Like.
Whenever I bring up the topic of your past, you try to deflect it and change the subject.
Do I?
Yes.
You do, Zero. You're my oldest friend, and I want to know more about you. But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop, because I respect your privacy. Not a bad person, just a little enthusiastic, we'll call her.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh.
Actually,
The reason I don't like to talk about my past is hardly that glamorous. I simply haven't much of a past to talk about. But you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you?
yes.
For much, much too long.
My earliest memories.
Were of haunting the north part of the graveyard in... The name escapes me.
It was...
A quaint little English village.
I remember.
I remember the vane on the church steeple, a gleam in midday, and the low, sad chime of the church bell, telling the hour to those whom time no longer meant anything. Ooh, sad. His eyes are hazy like the night sky as he reminisces about the distant memories of his past.
Oh!
It sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head up towards me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful? It was so unbearably boring that it drove me out of my mind.
Eventually.
One fine night, I decided I couldn't stand it any longer and left.
Mm-hmm.
I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy. Lonely, wind-swept roads, crumbling, disused castles, dark, quaking tarns. Were you fond of those days?
Not a bit. In the past.
I was light and free and at a loss, so to speak. I drifted aimlessly wherever the wind blew.
Mm-hmm.
One evening, I wound up here, in Halloween Town.
Actually.
I hadn't planned to stay any longer than I did anywhere else, but for one reason after another, I never was able to get around to leaving. Eventually, I just got used to the idea of living here. Oh, decision time. But it is great living here, isn't it? We're friends. I'm right here. I gaze into Zero's eyes, which have become low and smoldering like embers about to die. Instinctively, I reach out to touch him, but check myself at the last moment. Zero observes this with a sad smile. What does that mean?
What?
What does what mean?
Well,
That the thing holding you is losing its grip. What does that mean?
That means...
It means my memory is weakening in my old age, which is pardonable since I haven't been in Halloween Town long before you were even born.
But...
But you, my dear Lumira, are young, and unless your memory starts improving dramatically, and with great haste, you'll fail your Halloween exams and get expelled from school. Fine. Be that way. I turn to my book in a huff. Just as I'm about to lift my pen, Zero speaks up.
Thank you.
What for?
Never mind.
Aw. He's just a little tsundere. We spend the rest of the night in companionable silence. Oh, hello, Dr. G. Thorian. Thank you for joining me. I'm doing my best to do voices. We're specifically romancing this ghost. Now let's see. I think that I will just learn everything in his little segment. Well, I try my best. I would try to be energetic. I mean, you guys don't come here to watch me be boring. Let's scream. Zero, I've been thinking.
Well done.
Splendid. Will it become something you intend to do on a regular basis?
right.
Just completely ignored. Absolutely just slides right off. Like water on a duck. You've been around Halloween Town for ages, haven't you?
Yes.
You could say that.
Well,
Remember when we first met that night a century ago? I was a snotty little kid.
Why?
Why the past tense, Lumira? Just, again, whoop, right off. Oh, thank you. I'm definitely trying my best. I appreciate the compliments that I'm doing splendid voice acting. And when I suddenly saw you glaring and hovering right in front of me, I burst into tears. I wasn't glaring, and I clearly remember I apologized, repeatedly.
right.
You did. I stopped crying because it looked like I was scaring you even more than you were scaring me.
I admit it.
Not the most glorious highlight of my career as a poltergeist, I will admit. A snicker escapes my lips.
Well,
Pretty glorious to look back on now, though.
anyway.
You probably know all kinds of things about Halloween Town. Probably.
Like,
Such as the generations of students who attended Dweebemere High.
Yes.
A school of long and distinguished history.
and then,
And the graduation exams they had to take every Halloween.
I see.
I see what you're after now.
can you teach me?
Teach me, Zero. Teach me a spell that'll help me pass all the Halloween exams.
Unfortunately,
No such spell exists.
that's how it is.
Estella does a great job at changing the nature and layout of the exams year by year, and the obstacles she sets up are unpredictable, even to me.
No way.
Alas, alack, woe is me.
But,
However, one test I notice she is particularly fond of is to devise a monster that will try to obstruct the student. How scary! What is the monster's weakness?
let me
It's
think.
difficult to say. On some years, the monster she used was weak to fire. On others, weak to ice.
Maybe.
Some could only be overcome by magic. Others had to be stopped with physical objects. How depressingly unpredictable. In a show of exasperation, I throw my hands up into the air and knock back my head.
No way.
There's no shortcut to passing, huh?
Actually,
But, come to think of it, none of them are invulnerable to noise. I perk back up. Noise?
yes.
I can teach you Wail, a spell that lets you emit a screech so loud it deafens and stuns anything within hearing range. It also temporarily blocks your ears, so you won't become part of the affected party. Hellhounds, imps, harpies, even dragons. Hit any of them with Wail at full blast, and they'd all need a minute or 10 to regain their senses.
Maybe.
It could buy you the breathing room you need to get away.
Right.
That sounds useful! Oof. Yes, he's going to teach me how to scream and cry. Wait, this is the first move that Sailor Moon used in the first episode. And yes, I am an expert in crying. I cried today. I was reading a book and it had a sad part. I am an expert in cry. Wait, did you say dragons?
Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry about that. The school made her stop using them on students after too many concerned parents complained.
Pay attention.
Anyway, prepare yourself, Lumira. I'm going to teach you how to cast Wail. Was the sad part that a dog got scolded? No, okay, so I'm doing audiobooks recently because I can't get them on my phone from my library. And I'm finally getting around to The Golden Compass, which has been out for 1,000,000 years and has its own TV show and everything. But yeah, Libby, that's where I'm listening. It's great. By the way, support your local libraries. They're very important. I say to all 3 of my viewers, all 3 of you should be supporting your local libraries. But yes, so anyway, it's only in the fairly early part of the Golden Compass, but they had a really sad moment. And so I ended up crying because it takes like nothing for me to cry.
Wait.
1 second. Your neighbors
Yes.
have been warned and are out walking their hellhounds. Damien
Yeah.
has taken off their ears. Okay, good. Zero stops his ears with his fingers and scrunches his face.
All right.
I like the little tiny squeak she did for screaming. I want this picture, but I want it to be Lumira. I want a picture that looks like that for me. Judging by the expression of excruciating pain on Zero's face, Whale is even more powerful than I ever imagined.
Stop.
Enough. Stop. I was just starting to have fun.
Stop it.
Any louder and you'll cause nearby windows and mirrors to shatter.
Think about it.
Not to mention all those vials of potions you've stocked up. Wouldn't want to repurchase all of those for the exam, now would you?
No.
Oh, no. Was it really that loud?
Yes.
You were. Be sure to use Whale carefully and sparingly. Zero folds his arms, looking quite pleased with himself.
Huh.
I'd love to see the look on Estella's face when she finds out her precious monsters can all be beaten by someone screaming very, very loudly. You know, Zero, I'm surprised you're on a first-name basis with Miss Magwitch. She's so forbidding and severe to everyone.
Because
That's because you haven't known her since the first day she arrived in Halloween Town, lost and penniless, and running away from a broken heart. Miss Magwitch? Broken heart? How? Who? Why? When?
don't.
I'm not going to gossip with you about your superiors. Practice this spell a couple more times when nobody is nearby, obviously.
And then
And when the day of reckoning comes, wail and watch Miss Magwitch's monsters flee in terror.
Yeah. Come again.
Oh, Carmilla scene. The instant the last two customers leave, Carmilla hums cheerily to herself and locks the front door for lunch. I'm about to take the first bite of my burger when she turns to me with some sort of smug satisfaction.
I'm parched.
We worked hard this morning, did we not? I'm positively parched. I stare at her with my mouth open, a very appealing sight, before clamping it shut. Parched?
Oh, you mean...
Oh, hold on. I'll have your lunch for you, and we can eat together. I go to look underneath the counter, in case she left a bag, but there's nothing. Quickly, I race back, but there's nothing in the icebox either. As I return, Carmilla eyes me full of amusement. Did you forget your lunch today?
Mm-hmm.
Seems so.
Whatever shall I do?
I look back at my own lunch, a leftover burger from last night's supper, and a bottle of milk. I guess I could go halvesies.
Well,
if you need a drink, you can have some of mine. I thrust the unopened bottle towards Carmilla, but he immediately takes a step back, like it's minced garlic, which I'm pretty sure it's not. What gives? Oh no, thank you, dear. Milk is not quite to my tastes.
You know?
It never really satisfies me, you know? She smiles gently and saunters over to me. When I look into her eyes, I see the same spark as when she looks at customers. It's chilling. I know what she's doing, but her voice is so hypnotic. It almost causes my heart to skip a beat.
But?
My darling little witch, do you know what would satisfy a thirsty vampire? Yes?
Huh?
Blood? If it's bad enough that you want to enthrall me, I guess I could give you some of mine. But you owe me.
Right.
And it better not hurt. Sweet Lumira, you're always full of surprises.
I feel a little embarrassed.
Even when you knew what I was up to, oh goodness, I feel a little embarrassed. She glances away and twirls her hair with her index finger.
Well...
Well, we're friends, and you're always helping me out, so I think it's the least I can do.
My dear.
You're so kind, not to mention 100% right.
I promise.
I swear to you that I will only take the tiniest bit.
Come on!
I do too, she's really cute. Give me your hand, please. I do exactly as she asks. With one of her satisfied little hums, Carmilla kneels before me and takes my hand, then gently presses her lips to the back of my palm. Weaponized cutie, yes. Weaponized cutie is important. I feel a pinch for just a moment, but then nothing but a little dizziness. Carmilla lifts her head and she licks her lips before removing a handkerchief from her sleeve, which she carefully wraps around my hand. Red berry with notes of chocolate and cream. You certainly like your sweets, don't you? You can tell that from my blood?
I have experience.
I have an experienced palate for such things.
I suppose...
If you're truly curious, I suppose I could give you a pittance of my own.
Of course.
Few things upon this earth are quite as energizing as fresh blood, when you've acquired the taste, of course. She does look like she has a lot of get up and go, but drinking blood? Are we blood drinking guys? Do you think we should drink blood? I mean, I'm not a big fan. Harley, you think I should do it? Drink the blood. Okay, I'll do it. It is rude to turn down a drink when offered, right?
Well...
Well, if it tastes as good as you say, a little wouldn't hurt.
I'm impressed.
Oh, how adventurous. I'm very impressed.
But,
My sweet witch, I was hardly serious.
you know,
To drink a vampire's blood is to become one yourself, after all.
really?
Really?
Yes.
So, be careful what you agree to, Lumira. There may be a number of benefits to vampirism, but you should think them over first.
At any rate,
I do know a less physical means of absorbing energy. It may not be as effective as blood, but it should provide a pick-me-up in a pinch.
oh, you mean...
You mean like draining psychic energy? I wiggle my fingers spookily at Carmilla, and she shakes her head, smiling briefly. Something like that, yes. It's a spell called Leech Life.
Yeah.
That sounds ominous, but let's get to learning.
I'll teach you.
All right, darling. I'll teach you how to cast Leech Life. New spell! Carmilla spent the rest of our break instructing me on how to steal energies indirectly. That's not a spell, that's a Pokemon move. Lots of these are Pokemon moves. It's a pretty simple process. All you have to do is lock eyes with your target after casting the spell, and you'll slowly drain their energy. Nice and straightforward. Not even I could mess this up. I haven't had a chance to test it though. After she showed me, Carmilla wouldn't even look at me. The awkward silence stretches between us for what seems like forever. Yo, Hebe, what's unrelated to this game? Pinecone jam? What's pinecone jam? Huh. Shortly after our break, a customer finally shows up, and they're wearing a mean face that spells business. Baby pine cones and sugar is what pine cone jam is, which I guess makes sense given what it is. It sounds like it might be really gross, but I mean, if it's really gross, you only will try it once, right? Even when things are gonna be gross, I'm still a pretty big fan of trying everything at least once. Well, not everything. I don't want to eat my words on that one. Well, if you spend $12 on it and then go and it's super gross, and then you go and share it with everyone you know and let them experience it. So at least you'll get some enjoyment out of it, if nothing else. Hey, I want to return this. I blink, then quietly tap the small board next to the counter sheepishly.
Well,
We have a no returns policy on every product in the store. Sorry. Why does that matter? My spell didn't work. I demand to see your manager. Our eyes meet and we just sort of stare at each other. It takes me a second to gather my nerves, but I decide to put what I've learned to good use.
Life Leech!
Slowly, the man's shoulders begin to sink, and I feel a bit of energy gradually wake me back up. Thankfully, after about 5 minutes, he just shakes his head and wobbles off without a word. Man, if that's how you can deal with bad customers and customer service, I'm in.
Yes!
Nightshade wins! As I fist pump into the air, I think I catch Carmela smiling at me out of the corner of my eye. But when I go to look again, she seems to have vanished. Too unprofessional? Or maybe I should be careful with the spell, as she told me to. Not like I'm going to be leeching out the answers to the Halloween exams anytime soon. Alright. We definitely need some red potions. We'll probably do red here and blue. We just need lots of potions.
Damien!
Damien!
Just a moment.
What's taking them so long?
Hmm.
Damien, do you need some help? My question gets a very obvious answer when Damien appears near the top of the stairs with a large stack of books in their hands. Can they even see over that paginated mountain?
Apologies.
I just wanted to make sure I had brought...
Ah,
Oh! I rush over as Damien trips over their feet, but it's too late. Aw, baby. See, I have to protect him. Or them. Words. I must protect them, they're so sweet and precious. They go over the banister and tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap of books and limbs on the floor.
Damien!
Damien! No! Poor baby.
No!
Apparently, I'm convinced he's died from this. I dig through the books, but they don't move.
Damien!
Are you?
No.
Oh, don't let me get accused of murder!
It's okay.
I'm still alive.
Huh?
Huh? With a grunt, Damien stands themselves back up and dusts off the unseen dirt from their clothes. There wasn't a scratch on them.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to make such a mess.
Wait,
I'll clean it. Wait,
are you alright?
are you feeling all right? You're quite pale. Damien! I cry crocodile tears and throw my arms around their neck to emphasize their horrible crimes against my sanity. They tense a little at first, but wrap their arms around me not long after.
Don't you know?
Don't worry me like that ever again. I almost had to imagine life in the dungeons.
Thank you?
Thanks for your concern.
Yes.
You bet.
But
But that looked like a really nasty fall. It's a miracle you're still standing right now. Okay. You know he's made of bits and pieces, and he doesn't even... they're made of bits and pieces. They don't even have, like, a chest cavity filled with anything. They're not... Like, what... we're worried they're gonna break? They're already made of broken parts. They're beautiful.
Oh.
That's not a... It's not a miracle. It's the magic spell Indestructible. Indestructible?
Yes.
When I was created, my master took measures to assure no harm would come to my person.
wow.
Wow! With a capital W-O-W, wow!
I could teach you.
You're interested. I can teach you part of it. It'd be perfect for you.
All right.
Count me interested.
Excellent.
Now I won't have to worry so much.
Um.
What was that again?
It's nothing. Watch closely, please.
I'll try to teach you how to cast Indestructible.
Indestructible.
Suddenly, a swelling feeling takes hold of me, then dies down, and I don't feel much different than from before. Of course, other than the sudden urge to perform immediate and daring feats to test my new capabilities, I grip both fists and hold them up in front of my chest in anticipation.
All right.
Okay, I think I've got it. So, I'll take the stack of books to the top of the stairs and then throw myself down.
Don't!
Absolutely not.
Hmm.
Wait. Mean that wasn't what the books were for?
Of course not! Well...
Those books are about magic theory. Really want to test it that badly.
Wait.
Here, hold on, I'll get you something.
Don't do it.
Don't you dare jump down those stairs, Lumira.
Yes.
Yes, my liege, I oblige, my liege. Damien casts at me a doubtful glance before walking away. A few seconds later, they emerge with a wooden plank.
Okay.
Please, recast the spell and try punching this as hard as you can.
Impossible.
Now we're talking! It'd probably take some sort of martial arts to break this plank if I didn't have the power of magic and Damien on my side. I had the power of God and anime.
All right.
So I just used this sigil and...
Go.
Take this, Lumira's heart-shattering comet punch! Also a Pokemon move. Crack. My fist goes through it like a hole puncher through a greeting card, and I don't feel a single sting. Damien looks satisfied.
Excellent. You know...
The spell should make you invulnerable for about 5 minutes each time you cast it.
Although,
you don't have to name your attacks.
Why?
What do you mean? Naming them is the best part.
The incomparable, the one and only.
How else will people know it's the incomparable, the one and only Lumira Nightshade doing them? You should try it too. If you say so. Maybe another day. For now, I have some books to clean up.
Phew.
Why did I try to bring so many? Watching as they go pick up books scattered across the stairway, I decide to venture over and follow suit. Damien casts me a surprised look.
Oh,
You don't have to trouble yourself. I know you hate cleaning. It's fine. This is my home too, after all. And I owe you one for teaching me that spell and all.
thank you.
As we work on it together, silence falls upon us and causes me to think.
Why?
Why would your maker want you to be indestructible anyway? You're not even a klutz.
Oh,
That's...
well,
When I was created, my maker was, not well liked in the neighborhoods we lived in. That's not grammatically correct. It's fine. Humans used to throw things at us or try to chase us out. They managed to, sometimes.
No way.
What? Those bullies! I roll up my imaginary sleeves and put on the most mean and serious face I can muster. When I'm done with them...
it's okay. A long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Those humans have all died already anyway.
But
That was the reason why my master always said we needed to have thick skins to get through life.
Like,
So, he made you who the most impenetrable of all.
yes,
but
But as long as you're with me, even if you're not, I'll make sure to protect you.
thank you.
That's very kind of you.
right.
So I hope you can keep smiling without worries, Damien, my sweetest friend in the world. Aw. They avert their eyes from my view and shyly slide their hands behind their back.
It's nothing.
I'll try. Adorable. He's just like... Listen, he's just all tiny. All right, let's see. What should we do now? Oh, I guess these are pink. I was always calling them purple, but I guess they're pink. That makes more sense. All right. Let's use Lawrence, and we'll make a yellow, a blue, and extra reds. Yeah! While cleaning the shop, I found a very unique looking, obviously ancient vase. But is there any other kind? Amazed by all the intricate decorations, I took it off the shelf for inspection. And at that same moment, Carmilla appeared out of nowhere and spooked the hell out of me. As soon as I dropped the vase, the shop was shrouded in darkness. Then an evil spirit appeared. I must have the worst luck. Luckily, I was able to stitch the vase back together, so the spirit returned to it without causing any trouble. Oh, that's very polite of him. Camila was pretty impressed by my quick wits, and even sweet-talked Mr. West into not deducting my pay for breaking the vase. But she should have done that to begin with, since it was her fault I broke it. I think I had better tighten it. Again, I find Damien by the stairs with a needle and thread. I'm getting hit by an odd sense of deja vu. More repairs, Damien?
Ah,
I get into position. But nothing falls apart this time. Him either. They've gotten pretty good at securing themselves these days.
welcome home. Please don't.
Please don't sneak up on me like that. Hey, I wasn't even being sneaky this time. But I haven't seen this much surgery since that Doulahan guy's head fell off. Do you have a hot date coming up or something? I lean in close with a huge grin on my face.
Of course not.
Oh, embarrassed. It's just that the machine has been wearing out lately and I wanted to be prepared. Machine? What machine?
Well,
That's... They're quiet for a long moment after that. I can't really tell what they're thinking, but before I can decide if it's something I should pry, before they have to talk about or not, Damien speaks up again. Lumira, can I ask you something weird? Like, personal weird or weird weird? Because the answer is yes either way.
let's say,
Say you had a boat. Do you think that after you replaced every part of that boat, it would still be the same one? I mean, it's like the same boat in spirit, right? It's like, sure, it's like different pieces, but it's still the same boat. I'm gonna say that it's definitely the same.
Yeah,
It's still my boat.
right.
It didn't stop being mine just because I put a cuter sail on it or whatever.
really?
Even if there's nothing about it, that's the same as when you first got it.
Yes.
No doubt about a boat. Get it? I suppose I see your point.
Well,
That's pretty out there, though. Why do you ask?
Well,
Well, have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus? Oh, yeah, I fought him. No, wait, that was Hades. Nope. What is it? It's an old philosophy question.
let's say,
Say a great hero went out on a long journey by boat.
so,
Over the course of the expedition, the boat became worn and needed to be repaired many, many times.
oh,
And if you replaced every part of it, is it still the same ship when it comes home?
exactly.
Which is why I asked. Their words trail off and they purse their lips.
It's nothing.
It's just been on my mind lately. That's all.
Damien.
Do you possibly feel like the ship in the story?
Ah,
You weren't doing a good job of hiding that, darling. Sweetheart.
maybe. You see,
I've lived many centuries, you know.
well,
And the human body isn't meant to last that long, so I've had to replace my parts many times. Likely more times than the boat ever was. So, I'm not sure if this is me, that exists today. Is it really me? Oh, poor boy.
I'm sorry.
I'm not making any sense, am I?
Ah,
I knew it. It was foolish. I'm sorry.
No.
No, it's not that not that all. I slap both my hands hence my head and look at Damien. Considerate, sweet, gentle Damien. They make my heart want to lurch out and hold them forever in my witchy embrace. It's true, you just want to, like,
Damien!
cuddle. Cuddle the poor baby boy. It's just, you're not an object, Damien. You're a person.
Like...
From the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just like me.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be Lumira even if I changed my outfit, cut my hair, or lost my arms and legs, right? That's a pretty drastic leap, but, yes, of course.
Yeah.
That means you're still you, too.
Well...
No matter how many fingers and toes you have, or lungs, or whatever else there is.
Yes.
I don't think that they have lungs. For as long as you exist, you're still you. And the Damien I know is the best housemate in the whole wide world. You're exaggerating.
No.
Not even one little bit. I know a lot of people, but I could not even imagine my life without you in it. Their face flushes with a pink that even outdoes the shade of their hair, and I blush a little in response, scratching the back of my neck sheepishly.
Damien!
You have the kindest heart out of everyone I know. The pink of their face fades as quickly as it came.
That's right.
Thank you, he says. They looked so bright for a moment there, but now it's like everything just collapsed on itself without any warning whatsoever. And they were roommates. My chest tightens. What'd I say?
It's nothing.
I was just thinking. I need to finish these repairs within the next hour, since the spell might wear off.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for taking up your time. Please, don't mind me. If you say so, I suppose. Damien goes back to work without saying another word, and I know I messed up somehow, but I don't know how, and it's eating me alive. I desperately want to press my Franken friend for some answers. Then again, my matchmaker senses tell me that they just want to be alone right now. Maybe I should give them a minute.
Damien.
Sorry, Damien, for everything. Oh. All right. Well, we have a good number of potions. Let's fight some dragons. Learn the spells. Lumira Nightshade, the stressed, the worried. I've been wondering, Lumira. What?
Well?
Setting aside his Halloween exams monomania, isn't there a spell that you'd actually like to learn? A spell I'd like to learn?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it might be less stressful for you to learn a spell you've always wanted to learn.
Like...
You mean such a spell to make every matchmaking party I have a huge success?
No.
No. Anyway, you don't need hit a spell to manage that. A tinge of pink tickles my cheeks. Thanks, Zero. I'm by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most amazing matchmaker in Dwemer High, aren't I? That
Wait.
Wasn't a... Wait, that sort of was a compliment, wasn't it? Ugh.
It's love, love, love.
You know.
Let me put it this way. Suppose everyone you know has already found happiness in true love, and there isn't anyone left to matchmake with anyone else anymore.
Right.
I'm trying to get there. You mustn't rush me.
Hey!
That's not what I mean. Keep calm, Zero. Breathe in, breathe out. I slowly move my arms up and down in alignment with my breathing for Zero to see. His brow twitches slightly at the sight.
That means.
What I wish to say is, given the situation I described just now, wouldn't there be a spell you'd be interested in learning?
Like.
When I was little, do you remember the fantasy stories we used to read together? I do. I also recall you were a lot less insufferable then.
Yes!
I loved the tales of powerful mages who could call lightning down from the sky, cleave mountains apart, and hurl fiery infernos.
Yeah!
I used to daydream about how cool it would be if I were a mage like that, battling the forces of evil with awesome spells.
Yes.
Summoning lightning and cleaving mountains are a little advanced at this stage.
But.
But how would you like to learn how to throw fireballs?
Oh!
You mean I can?
Yes.
I do. It's one of the most basic spells there is. And even a chronically truant witch like you should be able to get the hang of it in no time.
Amazing!
Teach me, Zero!
All right.
Prepare yourself, Lumira. I'm going to teach you how to cast Fireball.
Fireball!
As the air between my palms grows warm, a small little sphere of flame flickers to life.
Wow!
Fire! I made fire! Yes, his smugness is meant to mock you, and everyone, nonetheless. He's the one we picked. You should have been able to cast this 10 months ago. Well, it's better late than never, I suppose. Zero, follow me!
Huh?
Where are you going? I dash down the stairs to the kitchen with Zero trailing in the air noiselessly behind me.
Fireball!
I toss the fireball onto the stovetop, which starts burning. I grab a pan, smear some butter on the surface, and crack 2 eggs into it. The best use of a fireball spell. 100% what I'd use mine for.
I see.
Ah. I hold the pan over the stove. Soon, the eggs are crackling, and a savory smell fills the air.
Yes!
Fireball fried eggs!
Yes.
As quite. Fireball, while primarily used as combat magic, is a favorite of mages who arrange their barbecue on a day with damp weather. Next, I fill a kettle with water and throw it in a satchel of tea leaves.
Right!
I'm going to make fireball boiled tea, too!
Well done.
I am so glad you are finding so many domestic uses for this spell.
But.
But tell me, Lumira,
Well.
when are you going to give battle to a ravening kraken with your fiery inferno? Save a beleaguered city by incinerating hordes of the undead led by an evil necromancer.
Well.
Zero, I know I'm a long way from being a true witch. I know I'm starting late, and I know there are so many things to learn in so little time. But I'm trying my best in my own way, and I know how lucky I am to have you here, helping me push through it, Zero. It was a hard line. There were a lot of words in there. And I'm sure, as you can tell, I'm not fantastic at cold reading.
Please?
Will you continue lending me your support like you always have through all this time? Pout. More pout. He stares deeply at my person before nodding gently and nearly hiding what is the softest smile I've ever seen from him.
Eventually.
Yes, yes, I will. Aww. I know, right? Why did he have to do so many big fancy words? Oh, we're just... silence.
Well,
Huh?
What?
what's the matter?
You've been sneaking glances at me for the better part of the last 2 hours. When are you going to tell me what's the matter? Yes, those are chains on his arms. He has them like cuffs, but they're clearly chains. I fiddle my thumbs and glance upward at his fixated stare.
I don't know.
Oh, please.
Don't spare me, I can take it. Yes, of course they're for rattling when he haunts. You have to rattle when you haunt.
Tell me.
Am I wearing my shirt on the wrong way? Is my face disfigured by an outbreak of ghostly acne? Has a poltergeist pigeon splattered poltergeist droppings atop my head?
Really?
Are there really poltergeist pigeons that can do that?
No.
Which is what makes your behavior all the more puzzling. We poltergeists do not change our appearances, ever. Not in our dress, not in our acne, not even in the ghastly droppings of poltergeist pigeons on our heads. But you have changed. I can't put my finger on it, but
For the last time.
poltergeists never outwardly change.
Right.
That's it.
What?
I'm sure.
You've inwardly changed. I'm sure of it. I thought this since our last... No, I've thought it for some time now. Maybe longer than I know I knew.
Like...
I thought you feel different from how you used to be. I mean, he's a poltergeist. I'm not even sure he has to sleep. So maybe he doesn't go to bed at all, and therefore does not go to bed in his shoes. Or maybe he just sleeps in his shoes.
Remember?
You can't feel me, remember?
No.
No, I can, and I figured out exactly how you're different.
Astonish me.
Right.
You're fading. His eyebrows raise and then subsequently fall, and the bright red head in his eyes that always radiates so profusely dims.
I'm fading.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so gradual, day by day, that I never noticed it happening right in front of my very eyes. But, Zero, you're not as sharply defined as you were when we first met, or even a year ago. Zero, what's going on? Talk to me!
Remember?
Do you know how poltergeists come into existence?
Of course.
Let's see. A human dies somewhere, right? And then,
You know.
poltergeists come into existence when a person dies with an unresolved matter near and dear to their heart.
That means...
They... We cannot bear to leave this world having left undone that which we ought to have done. Oh. I try and rack my mind about what he just told me, and my overworked brain from all this potion cramming begins to fry. Zero watches my struggle and sighs before signaling me to pay attention as he continues his explanation. The cravat stays on during, because I cannot remove it.
In the past...
I've met malevolent poltergeists who were murdered and take to haunting the house of their death and tormenting those who try to live there. And I've met benevolent poltergeists who left a debt unpaid and in repentance try to help the living.
But
But what we all have in common is when the unresolved matter is resolved, we move on. Move on?
yes,
Poltergeists aren't natural, and in nature's grand scheme of life and death, there is no place for us.
that means
We are tied to this world by the unresolved matter our hearts cling to. When that disappears, so must we.
Zero.
If you don't mind me asking, what does your heart cling to?
I've forgotten.
Huh?
That's right.
Some poltergeists resolve their problems dramatically, like hunting down their murderer, helping the child of a friend they once had let down.
But
But for most of us, the resolution comes in due time, as time heals all wounds. Essentially, we end up forgetting that which bound us here. I'm surprised it kept me around for so long. I suppose I must be forgetting everything at last.
Zero!
A wave of motion rushes to my face, and it's taken every ounce of control not to fling myself at him, my childhood friend, upon learning the truth.
oh, now
You're not about to cry, are you?
No, no, no!
No, of course not. I'm the one and only Lumira Nightshade. Da-dee-da. That's good. I've always hated to see you cry, Lumira. Both are good answers. My question from yesterday? Oh. Yes, he was not. It was a childhood friendship of this strange ghost and a child. But now she's big. And he's not changed because, ghost. I do this like I show she's big now. What are we feeling? What are we feeling, folks? Both are very good answers, so... Say... We'll just go with this one. We'll go with this one. But you're saying that you'll disappear.
No way.
Don't want that.
Like...
Because you're a ghost, I thought you'd always be here with me. With all of us.
you know.
Nothing lasts forever, not even poltergeists. All things must come to an end. Is there anything I can do to stop you from disappearing? Anything at all?
No.
I don't think so, unless you can make me remember the reason I had become a poltergeist in the first place.
But
But that's impossible, realistically speaking. No one knows my birth name or who I was when I died. Nothing remains of all that, except maybe a faint ache in my chest, and even that is fading. As Zero speaks of a faint ache in his chest, I feel a strong one brewing within mine.
Zero!
Do you want to move on? If you do, I'm glad for you, for that you're forgetting. But if not,
Well...
do you want to remain here, together with me, just a little while longer? Zero is quiet for a long time. Then, without a word, he leans close to me and kisses the top of my head. I can't feel his touch. There is only a chilling sensation that causes my skin to tingle and makes tears form in my eyes. I blink to force them down. Right? Show! There were no words spoken for the rest of our evening, held in each other's company, but I never felt more heard. Oh. I have feelings. Okay, so the next part of the story is I don't have much time left, but we gotta make sure that Zero stays for a little while longer, please. Well, I can still learn telekinesis, and I feel like I should make more money. I don't know, I keep earning money and it's to buy potions, but I don't actually know if I need how many potions I need or what I need from them. When I don't want, but I want some extra blue and not, well, I guess I can get an extra yellow. Wait. I said start, but it didn't do anything. Oh, there we go. And she gave me 2 extra yellows. Nightshade is the best. Find you someone from the rest. I sing quietly to myself as I dust the inside of the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy, even though some of them are literally rotting human remains. Which, come to think of it, was kind of necessary. It was starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Just looking at these curtains makes me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. And 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. I go to tug them down, and a cloud of dust ambushes me as I do. By the time it clears, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but an ancient portrait framed in gold. A familiar dark-haired woman gazes down at me with empty, yet captivating violet eyes, and I... Wait a second.
Huh?
Carmilla?
Yes?
Yes, sweetness. I don't hear her approach, so when I whip my head around to see her standing beside me, I jump out of my skin a little. This is you, right? Not like a great-great-great-grandma that also happens to be your doppelganger? Indeed it is. What keen eyes you have. That is a portrait of yours truly, the eternally gorgeous Countess of Carnolia. Ah, what an era that was.
Amazing!
Amazing, you are nobility? She folds her arms and raises her brow at me as she gives my chest a small poke with her index finger.
Come on!
Were, I most definitely still am.
Yes!
Yes, of course, my lady. But wait, what is this painting doing here anyway? She doesn't respond. Rather, when I look over, she's tracing a finger over the filaments on the portrait's frame, no doubt gathering dust from whatever era she's seeing in that far-off gaze.
Well...
Just a minute, oh Countess. The frame's a little crooked.
Wait!
No, Lumera, don't touch. Too late. I grasp the frame and adjust it accordingly. When I do, a scrap of paper falls out from behind the painting. Huh? What's this? I lift up the parchment. It's a faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like the ocean's waves and eyes as dark as a moonless night. There's something mischievous in her smile that draws me in.
Wow!
Wow, what a beauty!
Don't touch it!
Before I can react, Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand with fury in her eyes and a crease in her brow. I blink, taken aback, and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's her problem? Unless... Did you sleep badly last night? No. That is not... No. A friend of yours? Carmilla sighs, takes a lingering look at the photo, and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek.
I suppose.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
My greatest hunt.
I have never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Well...
I'm willing to bet that there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
Yes.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's a glint in her eye as she takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly, she rolls it back up with extreme tenderness. I guess it's no surprise at all that the picture is still in good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy came forthwith to my manor.
She was.
She was hoping to hunt for me as revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she, herself, would become my quarry.
For months.
For months we played a game of cat and mouse, pushing each other to the limit, but never quite gaining the upper hand.
Until one day.
Eventually, I cornered her in an alleyway. I lean forward as if sitting on the edge of my seat.
Oh!
And then what? You drank her blood?
Mm-hmm.
Nearly to the last drop. Carmilla smiles, and yet there's something forced about her cheer when she speaks. I see her run a fingertip along the edge of the page. Until some no-good busybodies arrived to save her. I barely escaped with my life that night.
How?
Oh, gosh, how'd you do it? I outsmarted them. Naturally. She flicks her hair off her shoulders, her with the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators, as you should be fully aware by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out on top. Okay, but if that's all true...
Why?
Then why do you look like you're about to cry? Carmilla's jaw hardens. I feel like she's about to chew me out, but after a long and very awkward pause, she laughs, the kind of laugh of someone who has resigned themselves to a most pitiful fate.
I suppose.
I suppose it isn't easy to hide affairs of the heart from a master matchmaker, is it? You've caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build up within my chest. With a sigh, she tucks the roll of paper back behind the portrait.
My dear.
But, Lumira, my dear, there are some plots that are not worth digging into. Her piece spoken, Carmilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there's no helping her right now. No matter how much I want to be there for her. Yeah, that feeling sucks. What's next? All right. We can get this last spell. And then I'll have to make a lot more of the blue potions, which will be reasonable. Like I said, gotta focus on Ghost Boy. That's what we said. Also, childhood friend stories are cute. and
I'm
then singing.
sorry.
I have to apologize, Lumira.
I always thought.
I always thought you were a thoughtless, bumbling, devil-may-care, hair-headed slob.
Zero.
0, one adjective at a time, please.
But
But it seems like maybe deep down you're actually a responsible person. Yes, praise me some more.
maybe.
Very, very deep down. Carefully, I climb the ladder, a pail of cleaning equipment in my hand.
How?
How was Damien injured so badly?
Um.
They said that they were trying to clean the top shelf of this cupboard, but while on the ladder, one of their joints suddenly gave out. Oh my god, me.
Ouch.
Yeah. I sigh. It's rare for that to happen to Damien. They're not even a klutz, so I'm pretty worried.
Home now. Don't worry.
I'm sure Damien will come home in tip-top shape after their surgery at the human shop.
Right.
The support thing I tweeted about. Okay, so this is actually like a whole deal. So let me see. So what I got, it's a thing that's called the Sorolla Sacroiliac belt. It's like this weird belt, and it goes right, not on your waist, but like right in, well, like that hip dip that people have, you know? And it sits, and you pull it really tight, and it pulls, well, for me, it pulls my hips back together, basically. Here, let's see. Let's see. Because I'm sure you guys want to know everything about what I'm talking about, right? Ta-da! So, this is what it is. It was, you know, I know, the pic is terrible. This one's not better. And the other one's just like a picture of the belt. Like, yes, that's a belt. But it's for things like it says here, her sacroiliac dysfunction, and boy, do I have a dysfunctionate sacroiliac joint. It's not great, but this thing kind of like keeps everything better in place, and then I can, instead of having to struggle at like trying to do my exercises, it turns out this will help me do my physical therapy exercises, because I can then move muscles instead of my joints kind of just wobbling everywhere. And apparently that's what my hips are supposed to feel like, which is kind of wild. I had no idea that's how hips were supposed to feel, because mine have been so out of touch for a while. But now I've got this neat belt, and it's actually really kind of comfortable. And I have a lot of sacral pain, so this is helping, I think. And I got it immediately because I really wanted to, you know, it felt really nice when I tried it. It's kind of like, well, like with Damien here, it kind of just is holding me together. Well, thank you. I'm very glad. I'm also very happy for me that I found this thing, or my physical therapist found and gave me this thing. All right. Anyway,
And then,
back to the game. And I want to give Damien a big surprise when they get back and find this place all spick and span. Not even a single crumb of newt to be found.
Are you sure?
I think that's very kind of you. Only, are you sure you'll be fine? What do you mean?
May I remind you?
You're barely keeping your balance on top of that rickety ladder, while holding a mop in one hand and a pail of soapy water in the other.
Well,
A series of tasks that would challenge even a trained acrobat.
right.
I am? I am!
Amazing!
Amazingly talented, aren't I?
don't.
Don't accidentally trip and fall too, Lumira. You're such a worrywart, Zero. I tiptoe on the uppermost ring, straining to reach the corner of the cupboard shelf with my mop. This is a terrible idea.
The incomparable, the one and only.
No accident could possibly happen to Lumira Nightshade. The one, the only... Cockroach!
Careful!
Time to fall. I flinch away from the creepy crawly and simultaneously lose my balance. For one dizzying moment, I'm in free fall. An unseen force catches me midair.
Huh?
I'm floating? Buoyed up in midair by an invisible wave, as are the mop and pail on either side of me. Suddenly, the force ebbs away, settling me and my mop and pail gently on the floor. My brain rattles inside my skull as I recover from the fall.
Well...
What happened?
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness I caught you in time. You scared me to death. Ha, it's funny because he's dead. But Zero, you're a poltergeist. Unless you want to turn into one, don't ever do something so...
Wait.
Wait. That's it. I'm an idiot. I should have taught you telekinesis.
Huh?
Telekina? What?
That's right.
It's a poltergeist spell that allows you to move physical objects about, like slamming doors in empty rooms, breaking plates, plunging cosmetic boxes into ponds, or catching witches falling from ladders,
Precisely.
or controlling a mop and pail into cleaning the cupboard without needing to hold them yourself.
Can you teach me?
Oh, that sounds so useful! Teach me, Zero!
Pay attention.
I like how he says it this way exactly every time. I'm going to teach you how to cast telekinesis. And I do.
Telekinesis!
Inch by inch, the mop and pail rise up from the ground like zombies from the grave. Dip the mop into the pail, take the mop out.
Well done.
Not bad.
Dun, dee, dun.
Wipe the mop on the shelf.
But
But with a spell such as telekinesis, concentration is absolutely key. How strange. There's a round button-like thing. The instant you lose it,
Huh?
it's moving. It's moving! The spell breaks. Eek! Cockroach! It flies! Zero! It's flying! I feel that. The mop and pail drop as a small brown creature whirs through the room before propelling up and out of the open window.
telekinesis.
Zero catches the mop right before it lands on my head, and a look of relief crosses his face briefly.
Huh.
Oh, rude. Let's, gone. Okay. I got rid of the annoying bits. Anyway. Yeah, spam. But I caught him, it's good. So anyway, telekinesis isn't the easiest spell to cast, especially when you're casting it for the first time. And being frightened by flying cockroaches.
Well,
That too. When you've recovered, shall we try again? After an hour, under Zero's tutelage, I used telekinesis to clean not just the cupboard, but every nook and cranny of the kitchen.
Yes!
There, when Damien returns.
Um,
Lumira, I'm home.
Yeah!
They're back! Can I stay? I'd like to see the look of surprise on their face, too.
Of course!
Of course, thank you for all your help, Zero!
apologies.
I'm sorry I caused a mess in the kitchen earlier due to my accident. I'm going to clean it up right away, don't worry.
Oh,
Lumira and Zero, what are you... and why's the kitchen... Oh! All clean. So nice. On some days, we don't have a single customer. But on others, well, this happens. Bombarded by questions from all sides, I tried ringing up a customer who kept nagging me because he was in a hurry, and when I finally told him the total, he suddenly asked me to get a potion from a shelf on the other side of the shop. I decided to use telekinesis and have the potion float its way to me instead. At the same time, I put his purchase into a bag and somehow even managed to calculate the new total by the time the vial found its way to the register. To my amazement, it was really easy to deal with 4 customers at once using this trick. Mr. West was so impressed by my skill that he increased my pay for the day, easy as a piece of pumpkin pie. Damien is they, them because they are non-binary. I mean, I guess you could take it as they're also made of many different people parts, but it's specifically because they're non-binary. This game also allows you to be non-binary, because you can be a they, them. Orion's here. He's arrived. The boy. Here's the boy.
And then...
And that's how I brought together the mummy and the goblin. I thought for sure the toilet paper here wasn't going to hold out that long. But it really covered that bandageless spot splendidly. The business is slow at the shop today, so I suggested Lawrence and I go for a walk around town square. He seemed to be in a pretty good mood, delighted even, when I suggested it, but I'm still doing all the talking.
Of course!
Of course, I don't think that was nearly as impressive as the time when I prevented an entire war of supernatural proportion from happening in my first week.
Well...
All it took was introducing the Prince of the Spirit Realm to the right ghoul. He got married after he graduated to...
Hold it.
Okay, hold up. Question. Yes, you gotta take your werewolf on walkies. I nod enthusiastically, eyes agleam. Finally, the Catboy speaks. clearly you're a professional at getting all of these people, creatures, and everything in between together. It makes me wonder, why are you all alone then?
Huh?
All...
Uh,
Did you really have to phrase it like that?
Just answer the question.
I think we learned well from Zero that deflecting works best.
well,
It sounds like somebody's got an ulterior motive.
I don't think so.
I don't think I like what you're implying.
come on.
Don't be shy, just say so if you really want to kiss me that much.
No.
I don't.
Well,
Then why'd you ask? Deflected. Easy.
anyway.
I'm not a cupid or anything. I can't force people to fall in love.
Well,
I just see it super clearly when two people are obviously compatible with each other and cannot help but play the role of matchmaker.
Compatible?
You know, like chemistry. That special something that makes you feel like you've known someone forever and ever.
Oh.
You mean like how you act with everyone?
Hey!
Hey, now, I do not.
But
But enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you like to do? Wow, deflecting is going very well, I see.
Eat meat.
Yeah, I got that. Anything else?
Napping.
Eat and sleep? Are you a cat?
um,
Other than that? No need to be a wooed. I enjoy being part of the local Wild Hunt chapter. Wild Hunt, Wild Hunt, Wild Hunt. I gasp and clasp my hands together.
Oh, you mean
That fancy sport and hunting organization.
Wow.
Wow, I heard it was a lot of high risk, high reward over there.
Yeah.
Our primary quarry are the feral monsters on the outskirts of Halloween Town. If they aren't taken down early, they get bold and start attacking travelers on the road. Oh, so that's why you told me to go back that one time.
But
Though, if it's a really strong one, we work in packs.
expeditions.
Hunters travel in from other chapters to those areas in order to kill the monster before it risks harming others. We call those expeditions. Gosh, have you ever gone on one? Lawrence pauses for a moment. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but he's starting to rub a little at his shoulder. The idea of him going on a high-risk venture starts to set particularly uneasy with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I participated in the first expedition here.
Well,
A small group went out hunting and was ambushed by a beast with claws as sharp as daggers and fangs like twin sabers.
it felt like a wolf.
But it was warped far beyond its former self. Scary, scary! Never want to meet a creature like that in my whole life. Never, ever! More uneasiness sets in. But you got it, right? Right?
No. But
The beast killed a member of the party that originally found it and escaped into the night. No one has encountered it since. If you knew where it was, would you go after it? Questions like that don't really matter if it isn't happening. I'll figure that out if or when it does.
anyways.
Anyway, it looks like we're getting near the shop, and my lunch break is almost over.
Right.
I'll have to be getting back soon, too. I've got some serious studying to do. Thanks for walking with me, Lulu.
Hmm.
He seems so distracted, he doesn't react to the nickname as usual. I hope the topic didn't ruin his day. And if you go out hunting again soon, be careful, okay?
I will.
Come on.
Promise.
All right.
Sheesh, I promise I'll be careful. Good. Then let's take a walk together again soon. His ears slightly twitch at that, and he nods.
Hmm.
I smile and try to ignore the gnawing worry building up inside as I head home. I had my own exams to worry about after all. Still, I could not help the overwhelming feeling of concern for him amidst everything. Alright, I think this is the last thing we're gonna be able to do. Alright. This will give me 4 of each of those. No, I can't do that one because I'm not brewing 3 different potions. Ugh, that's frustrating for me. Sure, we'll just get so many more potions. Also, Nick, what type of meat did you have? What was your foods? I have to go make food soon, but tell me about yours. Alright, got 5 of everything. Oh no, we have a whole day left. October has 31 days. I should know this. I was born on the 31st day. Oh. Pot roast with... I love carrots and onions and potatoes all cooked with pot roast and things. Alright, I'll do one of these, because then I'll have 5 of each of them. Let's learn Moonlight. The moon is beautiful tonight, isn't it?
Huh?
Beautiful? Where are you standing? The sky's overcast 5 whole steps to your left. I hear the faint sound of him clicking his teeth behind his face mask. Yes, another Pokemon move. A lot of these are Pokemon moves.
I know.
I don't have to see it to know.
Ren Ren!
How? I need details, Ren Ren. Ren. Ugh.
Anyways.
Werewolves have an instinctual connection to the moon. Even if it's hidden, we always know which stage of the lunar cycle it's in.
Amazing!
That's amazing!
Right.
What is it right now?
Hmm.
Waxing crescent. But it won't be like that forever. It's just a phase. Without hesitation, I hold my palm in front of his face. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Wow!
But wow, that's so neat! The only thing I, as the best matchmaker in Dwemer High, have an instinctual connection to is love. But can you control it? Of course not. Wait, don't tell me you actually can.
Yeah.
Control the moon? Yes.
How?
What? How? Show me, show me!
I'll teach you.
It's easier if I just teach you. It's an old form of werewolf magic, but a witch could probably ask the clouds to part with the right spell to help fill in the gaps. Will this give me a pair of wolf ears and a tail too? He lets out a short huff, ignoring my teasing.
Pay attention.
No. Now pay attention as I teach you how to cast Moonlight. New spell. After creating the concoction for the spell, Lawrence holds out his hand and shows me a... I think that it just uncovers the moon and, like, makes it so that it shines light on it or something? I guess we'll find out. What, shows me a, well, I guess it's not a rain dance, but a moon dance. I giggle at him while he demonstrates, and he gets a little mad. So he makes me do the steps myself while spellcasting. Jerk.
Moonlight!
I added a signature Lumira Nightshade twirl into the moveset. Nothing wrong with a little razzle-dazzle. After a while, the sky seems a little brighter.
Lawrence!
Lawrence! Lawrence! I can see it behind the clouds! You were right! You doubted me?
No.
I didn't doubt you.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. But it doesn't matter now.
Well...
I would never have imagined I could do something like this.
Actually,
Neither did I. The moon won't give an amateur the time of day. Or should I say, night.
Hey!
Hey now. I meant that as a compliment. Promise. I watched the tips of his cheeks rise a little above the collar, a telltale sign of a smile. Seems like I can only dream of seeing it one day.
well,
Here, let me show you how a pro does it. Lawrence moves with a lot more grace than I'd expected. There's a power to his movements, hence that his example from before didn't have. I tried joining in with him. As we dance together under the moon, I'm having so much fun that I almost forgot why we're doing this.
Wow!
Wow, the clouds are starting to disappear completely. Not bad, right? With enough practice, you'll be able to do this alone. Okay, so it moves clouds and makes it clearer so you can see the moonlight. The thought leaves me with a feeling of emptiness and sudden longing. Oh, hi, Haruto. It's good to see you. Maybe, but I have more fun dancing with you. Solid snake noise. Though, that sure takes a lot of energy. Can we just watch the moon for a teensy bit?
yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll stay out a bit longer, so we might as well enjoy it. I spend the rest of the night watching the moon and making up fake constellations with Lawrence. Most of his names are very Lawrence of him. And for once, it makes me laugh. I think I'll remember this night fondly for a long time to come. Alright, we're gonna... I don't know how many potions we're supposed to have, honestly. But we'll try working. Today, I went to work. Nothing special happened, and I earned a good amount of pocket money. Never had I ever met a Sphinx before now. I quickly realized they were very stingy when it comes to paying full price for things. Oh! Wow, thank you! Thank you, 8-Ball Fortunes. I really appreciate that. Hi! I can't tell if that's like Hectobuya or I-I-K-H-E, but hi, it's nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you so much for... Oh, wait, I remember doing things. Oh no, I did it wrong. I'm bad at it. I don't, listen, I don't get a lot. I really appreciate you coming by and bringing some folks with you. That's so sweet of you. Like to booyah, but I'm cool with anything. Okay, well, I will probably end up calling you Booyah. Okay, now, because I put the, I did it! Yay! Well, it's been going well. We're getting quite a lot of, we're getting quite a ways through. We're gonna almost be at the end of this run. And we're trying to romance we are trying to romance a ghost. He's kind of arrogant, but he's actually real sweet. And real caring. You know, a little tsundere. Right now, I'm apparently getting into a argument with a sphinx about paying full price for wares, which, honestly, rude. Prices aren't a suggestion in shops. So, we do love us a tsundere. You can't help it. They're just cute. This game contains a tsundere, a precious cinnamon roll, a weaponized cuteness girl, and just this kind of kudere werewolf. But like I said, we start with the tsundere ghost. His name is Zero. I quickly realized they were very stingy. That's understandable. Kuderes are good when it comes to paying full price for things, and especially enjoyed confusing people with a lot of riddles over the transaction. Make their undead heart beat for me. Amazing. That's cute. After casting intimidation on myself, I was able to make the Sphinx freeze and stop throwing riddles at me. In the end, I finally got her to pay full price. Mr. West was so proud of me, he let me have the difference the Sphinx had asked for as a bonus. I earned lots of money today. Alright. I don't know how much I should... I mean, I could learn some spells, but then I don't have extra potions. I don't know. Now I'm like saving all the money because I'm worried. Let's... Yeah, we'll just go for it. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna see what happens. Real weird when they just give you 2 extra. Finally, the hour of truth is here. I look around the town square, which is filled to the brim with my monstrous classmates and upperclassmen. There are a few familiar faces lingering at the edge, cramming last minute. A few others are nervously asking their crushes to the festivities after the exams, always a good sight to see. But at the very center of the square is Miss Hagwitch, as stern-faced and serious as ever, waiting for the witching hour to finally arrive. Once it does, she'll teleport us to the dungeons where we'll face our trials. Close by is Mr. West, who's trying to sell potions to anybody that doesn't look prepared enough. Well, if he's not overcharging them.
All right!
I've got a few minutes left before the exam begins. Maybe I can do something that will help me pass. potion seller. I require your strongest potions. Alright, I feel like sweet-talking this Magwitch is not going to help. I mean, I could get more potions from Mr. West, but I feel like I'm good. So, obviously, the most important thing to do right now before this test is to help a classmate find love. Well, there isn't a whole lot I can do last minute, so I might as well help out a lonely soul or two. Looking around, I find my target almost immediately, a nervous-looking zombie pining for a beautiful mermaid. By clearing away the clouds with moonlight, I set a perfect atmosphere for a confession. With my help, even the nervous guy, I managed to score a date with flying colors. He gives me an extra set of potions as thanks. Yeah, potions that I for sure got. Finally, Miss Magwitch's voice rings out and everyone goes quiet. Remember, your primary goal will be finding the exit. And if you run out of potions, I will teleport you back here and it will count as a failure. Now, line up.
All right!
Alright, let's get started! And afterwards... Well, we did work very hard to get to the 0 ending, so that's obviously where we're going. Afterwards, I'll go boast to 0. He was always nagging me about exams after all. Why is it so dark here? Oh no, I have to remember how many potions I have of everything. I think I had 5 of everything? Or was it 6 of everything? Oh no, this is gonna be hard. I don't know where this... I don't know if it's cloud, so we're gonna use glow. Shining my way through the Nightshade way. Let's go.
All right!
Okay, I have a lot of potions. Let's see, that door looks tightly shut. And the lever next to it looks broken. Nope, no way I can push this door. Oh, easy, yeah, I can insubstantiate.
Insubstantiate!
Here we go, easy as a piece of pumpkin pie.
Wow!
Whoa, this room is much bigger. Let's see, there seems to be a deep pit over there. I'm not sure if I can jump over it. And over there is a door, but these big rocks block the way. Alright, we have... Well, I know we can get over this. Which way do we go? You know, I feel real confident about my levitate.
Duh.
Oh, that's so many potions, though.
Wow!
Wow, this is such a dried-up skeleton! Oh. This seems like a neat idea. There's a weird smell in the air. What is it?
Set track! Oh!
Oh, it seems like this skeleton has a bowl of candy bombs! Neat, I could blast the rocks away with it. My eyes sparkle with delight as I stretch into the cage and grab a handful of candy bombs. I'll place the bombs here and get fire from the torch there, and done! Closing my eyes and covering my ears, I run to the opposite corner of the room and wait. Kaboom! The explosion is barely powerful enough to rattle the floor. But when I open my eyes, the rocks are gone. Elias like candy from a corpse.
All right!
Alright, next one. I should be halfway through. Eek! A zombie! What did he eat to grow so big? And why is he glaring at me as if I owe him money? Don't tell me he's also an obstacle I have to pass. I feel like screaming. I mean, I'm in favor of Fireball 2. Right? We're almost halfway there. Fuck. All right. We're gonna scream. Without any words, the zombie quickly advances on me. Let's talk about this.